So if you don't have a Theraband, no worries. You can still work the actions without resistance. Just grab a towel for the stretch portion. I started using a Theraband when I was training as a baby ballerina in middle school. I was hypermobile and prone to twisting my ankle, so this work was really great to build strength in my ankles, feet, and toes. These exercises will work the 4 movements of the ankles and target the muscles of the lower legs, the calves, fibularis muscles, and the tibialis anterior. These are easy exercises to do while you are hanging out or just watching Netflix. And you can incorporate them into your routine maybe even 3-4 times a week. So just come to a seat, Theraband nearby, and reach your legs out in front of you. You can have a tiny bend in the knees and press the heels down. And flex your feet back so the toes are moving towards your shins. This is called dorsiflexion of the ankles. And now point your toes. This is plantar flexion. And just notice that as you flex, if you have any tendency of turning the ankles in or out, and try and keep them right in line with the shins. Point and flex, point and flex. Good, now keeping the feet flexed, bring the soles of the feet like you want to bring them together so the pinky edges of your feet will touch. Now this is called inversion of the ankles, which is the position that you often roll your ankle in. And then do the opposite. Try and bring the big toe mounds far away from you and wrap the pinky edges of your foot towards your outer shins. This is eversion of the foot. Let's try that again. Inversion and eversion. Try not to move the thigh bones. They'll want to kind of roll in and out and out and in and out. So those are the actions, the joint actions. And now we're going to work a little bit of the muscle engagement to strengthen the areas of the ankles and the feet. So take your Theraband, whatever resistance you have, bend your right knee, and you're going to place it so that the toes are pretty much covered right across the ball of the foot. You can have both hands, one on either side. Now stretch the leg out, and just notice if you're doing any of the inversion or eversion, pull the flex of the foot evenly. So usually the pinky toe gets left behind. So really work the muscles of the shins. Now use the resistance of your hands and slowly point the toes. So you're first gonna send the ball of the foot forward and then point the foot and then peel the toes back and flex. So keep the resistance, point, toes, flex the toes all the way back. So you go ball of the foot first, toes, toes back. We'll do about 10. This is 5, so nice and slow. You know, you'll already feel the shins firing up and calves. Point, flex. This is 3. Really emphasize the toes. Last one. All right, now you're going to take the Theraband in your left hand, get your left foot inside of it. So this is creating resistance out to the side. And now point your right toe and just wing it out to the side. So it's a tiny movement. You're moving out. So pulling away from the resistance. So now this is strengthening the outer muscles. Keep it going out, out. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now do the opposite. Release the left foot. Take the Theraband into your right hand. Cross the left leg over the right and get the foot into the Theraband. So now you're creating opposite direction here. Give a lot of resistance, and then wing the toe the opposite way. So pulling away from the resistance, the big toe pulls towards the left. Good. Keep going to the side, side, side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release that. Still keep it on the right foot. Left foot can relax. Make sure that the Theraband is covering your toes, and you're gonna use, let's have the Theraband in your left hand. You're gonna use your fingers of the right hand to pull the top of it, so near your toes back. So you're creating some extra resistance. Point the ankle part, keep the toes flexed back, and then just point the toes. You're gonna feel it in your arch. 8, 7, just the toes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release that. Whew. Bend your knee. Give a little tap of the shin. You can jiggle the calf. Good. All right, and a nice release also after doing these exercises. If you have any type of ball, tennis ball, baseball, you can take some weight into the foot and roll around. You can also do this standing to release the arch. Just an idea for after. All right, let's do the other side. So get the Theraband across the ball of your left foot. Make sure the toes are just a little bit covered. The ball of the foot is covered. Extend the leg. Have some resistance with both hands. And then you'll go ball of the foot first, point the toes, flex the toes back, whole ankle dorsiflexion. Point the toes, back, and flex. Ball first, the toes, back, flex. Nice and slow for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, last one. So all of these muscles are getting strengthened. This will also help with balance. All right, so now take the Theraband into your right hand. You're gonna hook inside with the right foot, and then point your left toes. You're gonna wing it out to the side, so your pinky toe is moving away, away, so away from the band. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release. Cross the leg over, hook it into the Theraband. You can kind of get it pretty close to the other foot. Lots of resistance. Point your toe, and then big toe pulls away. Just tiny little motion. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release the Theraband. Now, right hand on the Theraband, the left fingers pinch so that you're creating extra resistance for the toes. Point just the ankle part, and then the toes point and point, point. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. And again, if you have any type of ball, mine rolled away. Good. You can just give yourself a little release, a little tap. Good. All right, so we're gonna do that all, one more set each side. And if you're doing this without the video, just do 10 in each, let's say 2 sets. And the nice thing is if you get a set of Therabands that has different resistance, you can keep upgrading to go along with how strong you're getting. All right, right foot extended out, pull back, flex the ankle. Then you go ball of the foot, toes, flex, back for 9, for 8, 7, 6, really articulate with the toes, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. All right, Theraband in the left hand, hook the foot, point your right toes, wing the pinky out to the side. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, cross the leg, hook, point the toe, big toe moves. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that. Flex the foot, right fingers. We're going to grab extra resistance for the toes. Point the ankle, just the toes go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, give it a little release. You can give your arch, dig in there with the hand. And then switch sides. Left foot into the Theraband. Hold on. We go ball mound first. Toes, peel the toes back, flex the ankle. This is 9. Flex. For 8. For 7. For 6. 5. 4. Straight ankle for 3. Nice and slow. Really peel the toes back. 2. Last one. All right. Right foot pulls the Theraband out to the side. Point your left toes. Pinky toe moves away. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release. Switching sides. Cross the right leg over. Point the toe. Big toe moving away for 10, 9, and to try not to let it snap back. Really resist. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release. Good. Fingers grab a little closer, add some resistance for the toes, point the ankle, just the toes go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, release. Take a little tap. Even massage into your arch a little. Okay, so we'll move on to some stretching with the Theraband. So for this portion, I would suggest doubling it up, depending on the resistance you have, so that now you're holding it on either side. And this is where you can use the towel or any sarong type thing. Okay, so come to lying flat on your back. Bend your knees and walk your heels towards your sitting bones. Take your Theraband and place it across the ball of your right foot. Doesn't really matter now if the toes are covered or not. And then come into a half happy baby shape. So turn the knee out to the side and bend it outside the shoulder. You're working into the hip. And then you can choose whether to keep your left knee bent or straighten the leg. If you are straightening it, keep it really active. Press the heel down. And use your arms in the Theraband to find some movement in your right leg. So you can kind of circle it forward into a pigeon shape on the back, open it out to the side. Just getting some fluid moving in the joint. And now stretch your right leg straight up to the sky. One hand can be on either side of the Theraband. And then flex your foot. Notice if the pinky gets left behind and really emphasize the flex in that side of the foot. Take both sides of your Theraband into your left hand and take your right thumb into your right hip crease and then pull the hip down and forward so that it evens out. Keep pulling with your left hand. Keep your right thumb in there. Take a tiny bend in your right knee. Exhale. Inhale, stretch, maybe bringing the thigh a little bit closer. Keep the flex in your right foot. Bend. Extend and stretch. A little bend and stretch. One more bend. Keep the hip down and stretch. Deep breath into the back of the hamstring. And take the thumb out. Deep breaths. Left leg stays active. Hold and breathe. Oh, hi, Simba. Simba wants to stretch too. All right, both the sides of the TheraBand into your left hand, and simply imagine your thumb is still there. You can even place it there and just cross a couple of inches across the body so you're feeling the IT band. Nice deep breaths. Your right hip is staying grounded down. Breathe into the intensity. All right, bring it back to the center. Now switch hands, TheraBand, into the right hand. Left arm out to the side so you can kind of pull in opposition with the left side of the body as you open the leg out to the right. And then I like to land on my right elbow for a little bit of support here. And you're keeping the hip down and pulling the leg out to the side. Nice deep breaths. Good, hip down. Use the arm to pull the leg towards the side body. 2 more breaths. All right, rebend your left knee. Bring your right leg into a figure 4 shape. You can take the TheraBand off to the left side. Thread the needle. The right hand will go through the hole. Grab the back of your left leg. Flex into your right foot and then pull this whole figure 4 structure towards your chest. If you want more sensation, you can cross a little bit over to the left. Nice deep breaths. Take 1 more breath. Good, release. And then just extend both legs up towards the sky and just notice the quick difference in the hamstring, the calf, the hip. Good, bend your right knee, let it land on the ground. The TheraBand is going to cross over the ball of your left foot. And straighten the leg. And then turn the knee out to the side and bend it outside the shoulders. You're in this half happy baby shape. And choose if you'd like to or not straighten your right leg out, but be really heavy, especially that thigh bone, the heel down to the ground. And you can make little circles. You can cross the shin over the body so you're more in this pigeon shape on your back. Now extend your legs straight up, 1 hand on either side of the TheraBand. Good. And just pull, make sure that you're flexing evenly in the foot. So we often leave the pinky toe behind, so you pull that side down. Now both sides come into your right hand, left thumb, wiggle it into the hip crease and let that help you encourage the hip down and forward so they're square. And that'll give you more of a stretch along the whole back line of the leg. Take a tiny little bend in the knee and stretch. Bend and stretch. Little bend and stretch. One more time. Maybe bring the thigh a little bit closer, keep the hip down. Deep breaths. Good, you can take the thumb out, keep pulling the flex of the foot. Back into the right hand. And then you can even put the thumb back if you'd like, or just keep it down as you cross the body just a couple of inches. Left side of your back stays down. Breathe into the sensation. Lift the leg back towards the center. Good. Switch the hands so it comes into your left hand, right arm opens out to the side. And then open the left leg towards the left. You can land on the elbow. Keep the hip down and pull the leg towards the side body. Nice deep breaths. Pull towards the side, but keep the hip down. Keep your right leg active. Good, come back to the center. Rebend your right knee, figure four shape, cross the ankle across the thigh. Theraband can go to the side. When you're grabbing the back of the right thigh, flex your left foot and then pull the whole structure in towards your chest. Play around with moving it a little towards the right if you need more sensation in the outer left hip. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Gently release. Feet wide, knees knock in. Just let the thigh bones turn in, the inner groins relax. You can rest here or straighten out the legs.